Xiaomi Mi 5 release date and price. The latest leak, coming via Weibo on January 12, suggested that Xiaomi Mi 5 release date will be February 20 and that the device will be launched the following day. The poster also claims that Foxconn factory workers are pulling heavy overtime to prepare enough stock of the Mi 5 to meet what Xiaomi predicts will be heavy demand for the device. Xiaomi co-founder Li Wanqiang had already confirmed that the Mi 5 had entered mass production via Weibo on January 6. An over-eager Post-Mart product page published, and then quickly removed, in December listed the Xiaomi Mi 5 price as $599. That price is higher than expected. Previous rumors suggested that the Mi 5 would come in two variants costing $311 and $389, but the specs of the Mi 5 do stack up favorably against other next-gen flagships, so there's still the saving to be had there. Xiaomi Mi 5 specs. According to GeForGames.com, the renowned leakster suggested on November 5 that the Mi 5 will carry the Snapdragon 820 chip. This was seemingly confirmed by a short-lived Post-Mart listing in mid-December, which featured a short Xiaomi Mi 5 specs list. The page was promptly removed, but Xmarina was on hand to pluck the details before it was too late. The product page said the Mi 5 will have a Snapdragon 820 chip along with 4GB RAM and a choice of 16, 64 or 128GB of internal storage. On January 17, specs leaked through Geekbench showing a 3GB RAM device running what appears to be a Snapdragon 820 and Android 6.0 Marshmallow. It scored a pleasing 2,182 in the single-core test and 4,892 in the multi-core test, which is a solid result, supporting the claim that the device is indeed powered by the Snapdragon 820. Xiaomi Mi 5 features leaked renders from Weibo via Phonarina.com show a physical home button, something that has never appeared on a Xiaomi device before. Xiaomi Mi 5 leaked an early look at the Mi 5, which looks likely to include Synaptic's ClearForce Touch technology. Copyright Gizmo. Xiaomi Mi 5 designed. The TDNAA images of the Xiaomi Mi 5 Plus give us a very good idea of what to expect. Perhaps unsurprisingly, it will probably look very similar to the Xiaomi Mi 4, and, in turn, the Infinity. Another leak from December 8 seen above gives us our best look yet at the device's design. The extremely thin side bezels make it look like the Mi 5 will be a very attractive device indeed. The Mi 5 Plus is said to have a Gorilla Glass for front and back, and aluminum sides by the looks of things, with the volume rocker and power button on the right side and SIM card slot on the left. It'll be just 6.95mm thick, which leads us to think that the Xiaomi Mi 5 will be even thinner. Watch this space, but expect the Mi 5 to be essentially a smaller version of the Mi 5 Plus pictured. Xiaomi Mi 5 display. According to Weibo leaker Human, the Xiaomi Mi 5 display will be a 5.2-inch offering with a 1440p 2560 x 1440 pixel resolution. On paper, this will put the display on par with the best flagships smartphones out there. This speculation received further validation when Oppo listed the Mi-5 with a 2560 x 1440 pixel screen, although it put the screen size down as 5.5 inches. Images coming through GeForGames.com in early December show a bezel-less display on a device presumed to be the Mi-5. The look is undeniably stunning, and if it proves true then it could make the Mi-5 one of the most attractive devices out there. Xiaomi Mi The Mi-5 is set to make some big improvements on the Mi-4 pictured display by packing the 1440p resolution. Copyright ANDRO idea Xiaomi Mi-5 camera. The Mi-5 will likely pack a 16MP rear camera with LED flash, and a 6MP front-facing snapper. Mobitech described the 16MP camera as a flip-side camera, suggesting that it will be hidden in the chassis by default and will pop out when you take photos using it. This sounds like an intriguing move, and we'll be keeping a close eye on the Xiaomi Mi-5 camera so we can find out more. This speculation was dented by the Oppo listing, which described the Mi-5 as having a 20MP rear camera and a 10MP front-facing camera. Xiaomi Mi-5 battery. Based on the leaked specs, the Xiaomi Mi-5 battery is now expected to pack 3,800 mAh of juice, which is plenty by today's standards. Of course, the battery's longevity will largely depend on the efficiency of the Snapdragon 820 chipset, which is likely to vary from handset to handset, as with its forebearer, the Snapdragon 810. Are you keeping an eye on the Xiaomi Mi-5? Are its specs enough to make it the frontrunner for your next smartphone?